So your album Daydreamer just came out a few days ago. How do you feel about it?
It's been really exciting. It's been super fun to see the response that everyone's had to the album. I mean, like all 16 songs, every song has been mentioned as a favorite, and that's really cool to me, a good sign, because that means they're not all terrible. But just the response has been super incredible, and that's really, really encouraging.
Why did you name your album Daydreamer?
Well, the concept behind Daydreamer is that sometimes in life we're in a place that we don't want to be, and the idea is that you can always daydream of the day when things will be better. I mean, I'm a bit of a daydreamer myself, kind of always like daydreaming up new lyrics and ideas for a beat or whatever, so it seems fitting.
How is this album different than your last few albums?
Yeah, so it's kind of partly in the process that I had in making them. In my past few albums, I would kind of just make a lot of songs until I had enough songs for an album, which y'all know my albums are like 50 million songs long. No, but like 15 or so. And I feel like as I've made album after album, I've gotten to where I've been more focused and able to sit down and be like, okay, I'm making an album. What's kind of like a more cohesive theme for the whole album?
The very first song on your album, called Alice, is a very unique song. What was your process for creating it?
Yeah, so Alice is a unique song for me because there's no background music to it. What I did when I made this song is well, first of all, I wrote it, but then after that, I just went into the studio and I set up my mic and I recorded just my voice. It was just me singing to the mic. No metronome like click track to keep me on beat or anything. It was just nothing. I sang it, recorded it, and then I added these artificial harmonies by using that one vocal, and I can actually like play them on the keyboard. I can play the harmonies that the vocal is gonna have. And so that's it, that's the whole song. Speaking of Alice, there's something really special for you guys in the works, and you're just gonna have to wait and see what that is.
In another recent interview, you mentioned having a song bucket list. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so what I mean by having a song bucket list is I have a couple like song ideas in my head for songs I want to do in the future. Like one of them is I want to do a song that is, the lyrics are both Spanish and English, so like different parts will be, in Spanish and then in English. I think it'd be really cool. Maybe we could have like a Latin beat or whatever, that'd be fun. And another idea I had was to do a song that sounds like an EDM song, but with all acoustic instruments, like no electronic synths in there like at all. And I just think that would be cool. So with this album, I managed to tick off 2 bucket list songs, and those were Alice, just a fully a cappella kind of song that was on my bucket list. And then the other song that was on my bucket list is Time Stands Still. It's the last song on the album. And the concept with that song is that it's fully orchestral, so it sounds like, I almost imagine myself singing it and then there's like a big orchestra behind me, and it's all orchestra instruments, no like guitars, whatever, and I just think that's something I wanted to do for a long time, so now that I pulled it off, I'm happy. But I gotta finish my bucket list sometime. I'll probably keep adding to it.
How did you come up with the artwork for Daydreamer?
Well, there's a story behind that, and the story is that I didn't come up with it. I actually had an Instagram follower who kind of came up with it, and basically what happened is I posted a picture of a little butterfly that landed on my hand, posted it on Instagram, and one of my Instagram followers commented something like, "You should make album artwork of a butterfly the color of the eyes of the girl on the adventure cover." So just like a light blue kind of thing, which is kind of my color, light blue and black. And so I was like, that's a good idea. So I tried it and I was like, this is actually really cool. So went with it.
So now that the album is out, what's next for you?
Yeah, so for the past few years, I've kind of been just making albums and working on releasing them and stuff. And now that this album is out, I've decided I want to try and shift my focus a little bit and try to get more into doing a lot more live shows and try to put together a show that really connects with the fans and just do a lot more shows, hopefully. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my music. Y'all are awesome. Goodbye.
Cut! Okay, do you want me to stop it now?
Yeah.